Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh Shah,
Barakatah Yahweh Shah,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh Shah,
Barakatah Yahweh Shah,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh Shah,
Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Allah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
All praises to the Most High and His Son, and Shalom and salutations to the elders of Great Millstone for bringing us this word of truth through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Today, the topic is set thine house in order. And the reason why I'm doing this video, another video, it may sound similar to other videos we've done, but it's because of the vibration that's being pushed right now. And we're in the time of like the elders put out the decree, DDD, death, diligence, and destruction. And the Lord is sifting, and the Lord gave commandment to the elders to push that vibration. And actually, we're in the time of Nero again. You know, Nero, he came through during the time of the apostles, and he set up his little orchestrated conspiracies where he blamed the Jews for burning down the cities, you know, so he could come in with his martial law. But yeah, that's getting ready to happen again. Going back to let me just get that real quick. Ecclesiasticus. Well, let me start with 1 Peter 4 and 7.
1 Peter 4 and 17.
Yes.
For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
Yeah, because it is that time where judgment is starting at the house, starting with the elect, those who are in the know. And but it also said that judgment was gonna what should be the end of them that obey not the gospel. So you 2/3 ain't got away with nothing, you know. You heathens are already destroyed, man. According to the Psalms, the 2nd chapter. We're gonna take you into slavery, you know. But the judgment, it is starting. It's the year of death, diligence, and destruction. And the Lord done already got niggas this year, you know. And it hadn't stopped yet. But ultimately, through the Spirit, all these dudes being exposed. You got Nate and Johanna and all these cats being straight up exposed as frauds and fakes, you know. And it should be hundreds of brothers and sisters leaving IUIC and these other camps after seeing what Nate is talking about with this junk, where he said don't talk about the white man. It should be cats flooding the camps right now. So hey, judgment is coming for you niggas, and part of that is judgment starting at the house. The Lord is sifting the house of Israel. You niggas are bugged out talking about don't talk about the white man. So the 2/3, yeah, what's gonna be the end for you? What's your excuse? You got all this information out here. Now you got this demon Kendrick Lamar talking about here Israelite. You guys have no cloak, man. You're gonna be destroyed. So going into Nero, Trump, that's spiritually Nero. He's getting ready to persecute us. You got all these false flags and everything, you know. So brothers, it's time to set your house in order. I'm gonna get that at 2nd Esdras 14 and 13. Get that in. Salakia.
2nd Esdras 14 and 13. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption.
Set thine house in order, you know, and comfort them that be in trouble. Who are those that be in trouble? That's the elect, because we recognize what's going on. We recognize the impending danger, you know. So we're setting our houses in order, and we're comforting one another, and we're renouncing corruption to the Rothschilds, right in their face, to our enemies, right in their face. You know, when you set your house in order, you know, you may be getting ready to die or whatever, or you know, like in the ancient times, you know, you knew you was getting ready to die or whatever. You had to what? You had to get your family right. You had to get everything in order. You had to get yourself right. Not just death, but you're gonna get your house in order. You're gonna go about in a way of a manner to where you get everything in its proper perspective and prepare for whatever is before you. You know. So let's get down to go ahead to the 14th.
14. 2nd Esdras 14 and 14.
Yes, sir.
Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature.
Yeah, so let go of the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men. Because see, a lot of brothers got women. A lot of brothers got women that, you know, may be cutting up right now. They may have to let those women go, you know. Jobs, money issues, you know, money problems, you know, family issues. Well, you got to let those things go spiritually right now. You may be in the midst of them, but spiritually, you got to let them go. The scriptures say, endure hardness as a soldier. So you got to let go of all the things that's maybe tugging on you from actually getting involved and getting intimate with this truth. But like pushing videos, even if you got a little bit of knowledge, you're supposed to multiply that little bit of knowledge you have, whatever that is. You may just know the white man is the devil. You go ahead and you multiply that, you know, and pray for more increase in knowledge. So these mortal thoughts and the ways of men are the things that's holding a lot of these cats back. That's like these 2/3 in the world. They can't fully even, they can't even come down to the camp because they too worried about what's going on in Babylon. So how much more us in this truth? Anything that's keeping you down, man, you just, hey, you deal, you prioritize it, and you go harder in this truth so the Lord can have mercy on you. So you won't be a faithful servant when he require those talents from you. Set this out there. Yeah, go to the 15th to 16th.
2nd Ezra 14, verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
So there shouldn't be heavy thoughts on you right now. There shouldn't be any super heavy, weighed down thoughts. It's something you're not doing right, you know. Yeah, you may have. I'm gonna just use you know, a lot of times in this truth, you're gonna catch hell if you have a woman, your woman and money, like popular things, you know, that's gonna distract you in this world. Hey, you may deal with that, but that's up to you to like I said, prioritize what is a burden to you and what's not, you know. So you got to make a decision, you know. You got to use this world, but don't, you know, you just got to use it, don't abuse it. For 16th verse.
Verse 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Yeah, because that great evil is right around the corner. This devil is foaming at the mouth to destroy the men of the Lord. But there's nothing to fear because the Lord said that he commanded us not to have any fear. He said he's not dealing with those that fear men, you know. And that's why these dudes in these other camps are not allotted in the congregation, because they're fearful. That's why these niggas talking about don't talk about the white man. So what you supposed to talk about? Like literally, what you supposed to talk about? How we gonna get out of slavery without condemning the white man? You know? Turn to 1 Maccabees 3. Yeah, 3 and 1.
1 Maccabees 3, verse 1, and it reads, Then his son Judas, called Maccabeus, rose up in his stead. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Verse 2, and all his brethren helped him, and so did all they that held with his father, and they fought with cheerfulness the battle of Israel. Verse 3, so he gat his people great honor, and put on a breastplate as a giant, and girt up his warlike harness about him, and he made battles protecting the host with his swords.
Salakia. Yeah, Judas Maccabee. That's my idol. Well, that's not my idol. That's one of my favorites, you know. He rose up in defense of the gospel. We're defenders of the gospel. You know, he was willing to die. He put on the breastplate, you know, the 3rd verse. So he got his people great honor and put on a breastplate as a giant. That goes into Ephesians, you know. So spiritually, he already knew he was good. And it tells you got to put on the breastplate of righteousness, you know. So this dude right here, man, he defended the gospel with his life. That's what we're doing spiritually. And it may cost us our lives, you know. And we're supposed to go to war with this thing, not make treaties and peace talk with the enemy. That's not what our forefathers did, you know. Continue.
Verse 4, in his acts he was like a lion, and like a lion's whelp roaring for his prey. Verse 5, for he pursued the wicked, and sought them out, and burned up those that vexed his people. Verse 6, wherefore the wicked shrunk for fear of him, and all the workers of iniquity were troubled, because salvation prospered in his hand.
God, see, he cared about his people. He cared about his people. These niggas out here say we don't like black people. We don't like black people, but we the only ones showing so-called black people any kind of love by trying to graft them into protection, into this knowledge that's gonna keep them safe from their enemy. That's gonna give them understanding. You know, it says that for he pursued the wicked and sought them out, and burnt up those that vexed his people. He went against the enemy like you're not fucking with my people. You know. And the enemy was shrouded in fear behind him, because the Spirit of the Lord was on him. So why would you make a peace treaty with the enemy because you scared? That's a clear indication that the Lord is not dealing with you. I'll continue, brother. 7th verse.
Verse 7, he grieved also many kings, and made Jacob glad with his acts, and his memorial is blessed forever. Verse 8, moreover he went through the cities of Judah, destroying the ungodly out of them, and turning away wrath from Israel. Verse 9, so that he was renowned unto the utmost part of the earth, and he received unto him such as were ready to perish.
Salaki. Yeah, he received unto him such as were ready to perish, meaning those valiant ones who were ready to die for this truth. You know, that sounds like our that sounds like Yahweh Shai, but then that sounds like our elders. You know. They've received us who are ready to perish. So we ready to perish, you know. Our lives are nothing, man. Are nothing. But we're going to receive life, as the scripture says. Everlasting life. Let's go to Matthew 24:15.
Matthew 24, verse 13.
I'm sorry, 15.
Verse 15, and it reads, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place.
Yeah, stand in the holy place. What's the holy place? The name of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, not Yo Plate Yogurt or Yeshua or Ahaya or Yahweh. You know, the holy place. The scripture says that the name of the Lord is a strong tower for the righteous run into it. You know, so that's another cut on IUIC. These demons is just being destroyed, man, through the Spirit, man. If you in that camp, you're going to die, you know. So, hey, the Lord said, stand in the holy place. And that's under the shroud of the doctrine, of the sound doctrine, under Greatmealstone, you know, the elders. A lot of you cats got problems with your pride and humbling yourself to the elders. That's the problem, you know. You think that you know something and you don't know nothing. You can't just be a babe. You can't do that. So if you not, hey, you're destroyed, man. I'm not even going to get in there. Continue, brother. 16.
Okay, verse 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Yeah, because that abomination of desolation is what Daniel spoke of. I believe it's in the 12th chapter or the 10th chapter. That's talking about, it happened before in 70 AD. It even happened during the Greeks, but it's going to happen again. You have the same people, which the Greeks are the Romans. This is modern day Rome. The Lord told the wise ones, like he gave a parable back then, to flee to the mountains. So we're ready, man. We're ready to when this time comes, hey, you may have to literally flee. Leave your house and never come back, you know. And that's when the ultimate test is gonna begin. But you 2/3 not getting away with it. Your destruction is so vicious. You might as well live it up. Almost done, bro. I want to get Salakia. The scripture says Yahweh Shai told the apostles, some of you shall not taste of death, but in the regeneration, that's what he was saying. Like pretty much in the reincarnation, when you come back on the earth, you're gonna you won't taste of death, and that's the faith and the hope, you know, because brothers gonna be being persecuted, but the scriptures tell you to have faith unto death, you know. So you really gonna have to be meditating on, hey, I'm gonna make it. Whatever situation, you can't get faint. The Lord said he's not dealing with the faint. Woe unto the faint-hearted, you know. Right. So, hey, man, like I hear brothers say all the time, you could be getting ready to get your head chopped off, whatever. The Lord will shoot that spiritual power or whatever, deliver you, man. So we're not in a time of fear, man. We can't have that spirit. If you're gonna fear, he gonna treat you like Gideon's time. Let me turn there real quick. Go to that was in Judges 7 and 2.
Judges 7 and verse 2. And it reads, "And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, mine own hand have saved me."
Salaki. Yeah, because the Lord didn't want Gideon to go in with all those Israelite troops, because the Lord never wants for ourselves to get our glory, you know. So that's why you notice the Lord always dealing with a small remnant or a small number, so he can show his power. Salaki.
Verse 3. "Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead."
Yeah, so the Lord said, hey, if you afraid, go your ass home, you know. And right now, man, this is the time to actually start being afraid. You know, the Lord is watching everything, how you carry yourself. The best way to cloak yourself from fear and put on that breastplate, that helmet, you know, all that armor of the spirit, is to shoot forth your work. Get hot. You know what I'm saying? Get a little hotter than what you're doing. Do a little better. That's what's going to shoot that fear and some of that feebleness off of you. The Lord is going to quicken your spirit. Yeah, continue, brother.
"And there return of the people 20 and 2,000, and there remained 10,000. Verse 4. "And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I will try them for thee there."
Yeah. So it was still too many people. They got away returned the people 22,000, but there were still 10,000. The Lord said, look, that's still too much, man. So skip down to the 5th verse.
Verse 5. "So he brought down the people into the water, and Yahweh said unto Gideon, on every one that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth him, shalt thou set by himself, likewise everyone that bowed down upon his knees to drink." Verse 6. "And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men. But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water."
Salaki. Yeah, the Lord wanted 300 men, you know. Through the Spirit, the Lord wanted only 300 men. So, hey, they went and they were delivered. And that's what you see going on right now, the 144,000, the elect, you know. The Lord is going to deliver all our enemies into our hands. So, brothers really don't even have to worry about, oh, they finna come kill us, put us to death. What the Lord say in Isaiah 59, he's going to set up a standard. Yeah, there's going to be a remnant of martyrs, but the Lord is, this time around, that's why the scriptures say the prophets, your teachers would not be removed into a corner anymore, because they would always put the prophets to death. That's not going to happen this time. This is the climax of the movie. We finna get them powers. We finna see miraculous things. And so what if you got to be a martyr? So what? That's the greatest honor. You on them chariots, and you're going to be spoken of. You're going to have your face plastered around the kingdom, you know. And what is death anyway? All you doing is borrowing this vehicle. That's like you sitting inside of your car and getting out. That's it. You as a human getting in and out your car. You're using that vessel to get around, you know. So death ain't shit. And the Lord said, he that is faithful, he shall have mercy in the time of their death. The Lord can give you an outer body experience and you just watch what's happening to you. Or you don't feel the pain. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but the Lord can literally do as he will, you know. He said he's going to give you, how will you receive mercy in the day of your death? How could somebody possibly receive mercy? You may get your head chopped off. You may not feel a goddamn thing, you know. So even if you do feel something, fuck it. You're going to be in the spirit. The spirit is going to quicken you. That's going to make you deal valiantly in anything, you know. So the key to the whole sum of this thing is get your house in order. And we're comforting those which are need comfort, as it said. So pushing the work, pushing the work, pushing the work. You know what I'm saying? Comforting each other. We are all we got. And that's pretty much, that's the end of this topic. Shalom. Salutation to the elders. All praises. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Shalom.